Hello and welcome to Let's Retail Techniques that build your business in smart and easy ways. I'm just going to transition the screen to sharing my desktop so that way we're able to see the presentation in a better format. So just bear with me for just a second. All right, and we're going to get started. So welcome again to Let's Retail Techniques that build your business in smart and easy ways. Welcome webinar attendees. My name is Jessica here, National Educator with Ilike Organic Skincare and Pure Spa Organics, brought to you from the distributor Let. And today we're going to talk about some retail techniques that can help you build your business in very easy but very simplified but very smart ways to help you increase revenue, especially with retail being one of the number one revenue in the spa, simply because there's just no overhead when it involves retail. But it does support the services that you are providing to your customers. What is the importance of the subjects that we're going to talk about today? Well, U.S. statistics and research shows that the personal care industry is number two on the list that is the least affected by an economic crisis. So, going into and coming out of an economic crisis, statistics show that the personal care industry, which includes skincare, of course, and beauty and cosmetics, was least affected, was the second least affected on the list of all the industries and businesses out there that were affected by the economic downtime. According to iSpa's retail management for spas, businesses have literally 3 to 7 seconds to make a first impression. So allowing your patrons to be invited in by, marketing that's visual but also verbal as well, literally within that, I would say, 10-second time frame, you have that much time to make a positive first impression. And that's really what we want to do. That's what we want to accomplish. Also, U.S. statistics and researches show that 2 out of 5 clients who receive services purchase retail products. So that's almost half of the people that are coming through the door and having services from you. Testing and experiencing increases this figure. So the action of actually experiencing the product, whether you're applying it on their skin or whether they're actually walking right up to a retail display and testing those products. People buy when they feel like they're being understood. So, when they feel that you have actually listened to them, they will feel like they trust you, and that, of course, encourages them to buy. The number doubles if a staff member describes a recommended customized regimen to the client. So, product knowledge is where this is a very important piece to being able to educate the client, and that is being very well versed on the product knowledge of the product that you are recommending, but also actually recommending the products and then telling them why it's important for them to use it. The other 3 out of 5 clients will purchase products somewhere else within 3 days of their service if they're not purchasing it directly from you. This is statistics that show that if the client has had a service from you and you didn't recommend any products and you didn't send them home with a home regime, that more than likely, within that 3 days of that service that they've had from you, they will purchase products, but they'll purchase it somewhere else. So suggesting retail products to your client will ensure repeat business, and it's the most important piece, I believe, to the service that you provide your client. Because if you don't, we're actually, disservicing the client because it doesn't complete the service. Okay, so let's talk about the agenda topics of what we're going to discuss in this presentation today. So client categorization. Everybody that comes to the door is not the same. If we all were the same, it would be very easy. Everybody has different personalities, different ways that they buy, and different ways that they shop, and different ways that they think. So being able to empathize with the way that they are, the types of people they are, will ensure that we're able to communicate with them much better. And that's really what it's all about, is the communication with the client. And then, of course, you will observe what type of person they are and try to match that personality. Also, some verbiage that you will use and can use uh, properly in order to create and generate actions with words, actions that you desire, the outcome of what you're trying to convey. So some of the things that you can say and maybe not say to as well. Incentives to promote retail sales. So what are some of those things that you can provide to your customers, your patrons, and the staff internally to promote retail sales and to drive and motivate them to sell and to buy? Soft sell opportunities and techniques. What are some of these things that we can do to enhance the retail sales? Some opportunities that will allow you and open a door for that. Also, cross-sell opportunities and techniques. Where else can we promote our products and our services in other areas of the spa, or even in the neighborhood? Even with other businesses that are in your area. Creating goals and incentives. Making a plan. If you don't make a plan, then you plan to fail. And also creating incentives to motivate as well. I should say 2014 business calendar. I apologize for that. That was not updated, but yes, we're talking about in the year to come, the following year, a 2014 business calendar, and what that involves. Some of the things that you could look at that you could include into that calendar. Okay, so let's talk about our client categorization. A quote from David Ogilvy, who is actually call him the king of advertising. He was a very well-known businessman in business and marketing and advertising. And he believed that if you are trying to persuade people to do something or buy something, it seems to me you should use their language, the language in which they speak. So as I was talking about earlier, is observing the type of people that are coming through the door and being able to identify with them, and then also speak their language as well. So let's talk about the different categories. Immediate categorization of clients will allow you to understand their reason to buy, how they buy, and why. Also, better qualify a sale through observation. Be more successful to generate and also close a sale. Also, help you build relationships between you and your client. Create compelling product selections and displays as well. Qualifying through the look and listen method. So, observing by looking, and then also asking questions and listening to what they're telling you and taking what they've told you and actually putting it into action. Motivators equals the reasons they buy. What are we're going to take a look at each different type of personality and their motivators, the reasons why they buy, and also their agitators, why they probably aren't buying. Let's take a look at those different categories. First, you have a browser. The browser tends to keep to themselves. They tend to have, folded arms. They kind of close themselves off. They have limited eye contact. They don't look you in the eye. And then when you ask them if you can help them, usually their answer is, oh, I'm just looking. But they are very product loyal. The bookworm. The bookworm is always reading the package. They're always asking about what's inside the product and the ingredients and how they work. Always asking about the benefits. How are they going to benefit from this product? The inviting stance with eye contact. This is some of the physical attributes of the bookworm. And they're also very brand loyal. Trendy. This is the fashionista. Wears a more trendy look. Always wanting to know what's new. What's the latest trend? They have an open and more of an inviting stance with eye contact, and they're impulse buyers, which means, of course, if you put something out that attracts the eye and is very easy to approach, they'll definitely be the one that will probably buy it. The talker. They're very friendly. They love to feel. They use testers. They love to smell things. They're always asking for samples. They always want to try. They initiate conversation, and they buy by suggestion. So if you suggest a certain product, or, hey, look at this. Look at what's new here that we have got. Wanted to just let you know about that we've got carrying something that's brand new, and here's how it works, and here's what it does. So when you suggest something, they tend to be the one that will buy the suggestion. The browser. So what are the motivators and agitators? We're going to take a look at what motivates them to buy, and also the agitators, maybe why they're not purchasing. The motivator, feeling of being in control. I need. The browser also, the agitator is feeling out of control. because they are motivated by being in control. If they felt like they're out of control, then that's definitely something that they're agitated by. The bookworm, motivator, information, data, I benefit from. The agitator is fear of being wrong. So, if they choose a product that's not right for them, that they feel is right for them, we never want to tell them that they're wrong. We may want to say, hey, what about this, and suggest something different, not necessarily having to tell them that they're actually wrong. The trendy fashionista, the motivator, the trend, and the buzz. I want the trend of the moment. The agitator is feeling of being out of the know, not knowing what's happening. So, if we're not allowing that communication with that type of a person in these agitators, then we are actually closing them off to feeling that they want to purchase. So the talker, the motivator, are connecting relationships, emotions. So I connect. Agitators to disconnect. So if they feel like they're not being paid attention to, or you're not engaging in conversation, that kind of thing would be definitely an agitator for the talker. So let's talk about the art of display. Um, you know, some of these display techniques are going to focus in right on those motivators for the different types of client categorizations we were just talking about. So typical display characters and consumer motivating factors based on their lifestyle and their personal needs. So for the browser, they need an environment that's clean and organized, neat displays, things that are easy to find products because they're always looking around. They're trying to, uh, you know, shop on their own. They don't want anybody to suggest it to them. What they need is an easy path to find those things that they're looking for. The bookworm needs data, info-driven, available collateral, advertising at point of sale. So verbiage that gives maybe statistics or clinical testing, some features and benefits of some of the products and also the key ingredients maybe need to be there for them to be able to read it and to know. So utilizing, for example, skin type categorizations, how you display the product on the shelf in different types of categories that explain what the product is for. The trendier fashionista, displaying in a fashionable sense, that trendy sense of also media mentions like celeb word equals like news supermodel, just celeb buzzworthy things like, oh, this celebrity has tried this product. Did you know that this celebrity uses this product? Because they're very trendy and fashionable, they need something. They need the newest thing, the latest trends, and also celeb buzzworthy mentions are definitely a hit for the trendy fashionista. The talker needs testers and samples available. So providing testers of your retail display so that the talker can come up and try the product. And also if they ask for a sample, having the samples available for them to try and to hand out to them. But always follow up with them when you give out samples if they take them home. Make sure that you get some feedback about how they enjoyed their samples and then invite them back in for purchase. Shopping buying experiences must be, so these are some of the lists, a list of things to remember about how you display your retail. Making it convenient, approachable, not putting your products behind a locked cabinet, keeping it out on the open. So the display should be entrance-facing displays, displays that look at the door. So when they walk in, right away they see the display, nothing hidden around the corner. Have several 360-degree displays and sample tables. So for example, you have circular display tables that are separate from the retail shelving that create an environment for testing and experiencing and also always rotating the display on those 360 tables. Backstock products out on the perimeter wall, shelves and behind the shelves. So making sure that you have enough available to restock the shelves because we always want those shelves to be fully stocked. A shelf that is not fully stocked is the perception of you don't have it available. Also have a knowledgeable service staff. So of course, your staff at the front desk, your spa coordinators, and also service staff should be very knowledgeable and well-versed on the products. Just in case anybody asks, or like the talker who may engage in conversation, even to the spa attendant. And if the spa attendant isn't sure what the product's about, that could disengage that talker. So all staff members should be all well versed and knowledgeable on products. The item should be at eye level, as in creating the perception of I want to buy this. Then also the most popular products, your best sellers, should be at eye level. They should be relevant, so specific categorized sampling tables. So categorizing and relevant to specific needs. Demonstrate pairings of products and activities. So for example, you may display your products in skin types, or you might display the products in age categories, or maybe seasonal or holiday promotional. They must be interesting, season specific, change every 3 months. Never always just constantly have the same retail display constantly all the time. It becomes boring, especially to your reoccurring guests. And you know that there's nothing new, so there's no reason to maybe approach those retail areas because it's nothing new. Props in empty spaces between products on shelves and round tables because you want to create the perception of a full retail shelf. So if there's a shelf or a table that is actually not, has little gaps and holes, if you utilize props actually that are actually relevant to the product, say for example, utilizing some fruits that go along with the display. If you're doing an apple and lemon display, you may want to use apple and lemon props, something like that, just to get, you're thinking about what types of things you may use. Utilize things that are relevant to the products that you're displaying. Product press release counter cards. So utilizing the marketing and ad slicks and counter cards that are available that tie into the product that is sitting on those tables or shelves, because it also creates activity for the different types of personalities we're talking about. The counter cards talk about interesting statistics or facts, and also visuals that create interesting visuals for, and also verbiage for every type of personality. Celebrity usage counter cards, so you can actually attract the trendy fashionistas we were talking about earlier as well. So some of the displaying tips and trends. So here are some tips that you can utilize. Most valuable real estate is in and into the right. So basically you're kind of creating a perception of going towards the inside and to the right and creating a path, like you're almost creating a lighting path for them to get there and displaying tables so that way you can't miss anything. You walk by everything, so you're able to create a pathway to the most valuable products. Keep the shelves stocked. Do not keep them empty. Make sure that they're stocked very, very well and constantly all the time, and also rotating the displays as well, of course. You want to create the perception that you have products available and in stock, and then keeping back stock, either in drawers or behind, so that way when you run out, you refill. Create a one-stop shop. Create a reason to visit. Having a little bit of like boutique items, things that they can utilize. Say, oh, I needed that. I could have used that. Like, say, for example, your son's body wash, for example. Make sure that you have the tools to go along with it to create a more effective treatment or a more effective experience. Think events like ad slicks, or ilike ad slicks. So events also create a one-stop shop because they can pick up what they need. You can also create the event around certain shopping experiences and in promotions as well. Placement, drawing to the back and around tables. Again, creating a path to be able to experience everything that you have on display. Focal points, like the bathing suit theory, lighting fish bowls. So create a focal point where it draws the attention to that thing or to that particular highlight of what you're trying to display. So you're creating something that draws the eye. Everywhere and anywhere, creating retail displays, no matter where that client goes into the spa. So whether they're in the waiting area at the front, or they're in the spa waiting area waiting for their service, or maybe they're in the changing room or locker room. Maybe they're getting their hair done in the salon. They're at the styling stations, at the nail stations. Everywhere and anywhere you can create some type of a display or some type of a promotional retail display as well. Show back bar products in treatment rooms, testers, and in bathrooms. So don't hide the products. Show them. Keep them out on the table, out on the counters, and out on the service stations, so the clients see what you're using, and are able to almost experience them when they're just waiting or changing in the room. They'll be able to take a look at them. Some of the current displaying trends are by product type. Ilike shelf talkers, for example, utilizing our shelf talkers as a way of displaying your products on the shelf, either by skin type category or by product category. Our leaky shelf talkers are double-sided, so that way you can display your products either way. But they talk to the client. They describe what the product is. That way you're able to create a focal point for the products as far as drawing their attention. Oh, they're looking for skincare products, but they're really not sure where they should navigate to. The shelf talker helps them navigate to what product is right for them. Also by skin condition, of course, and that Alika Shelf Talker will help you do that as well. But you can also create some more knowledge for, say, the bookworm by providing an Alika Skin Regime Guide counter card. It has the Skin Regime Guide listed on the counter card by skin condition and skin type. So they're able to have a key of where the products fit in for what type of skin and conditions. You can create sampling tables, for example, by age group, say 65 plus, 65 to 50, and so on. Creating sampling tables that advertise that these products are for this type of client, or this type of skin. Even it doesn't have to be by age group. Using digital press, photo album, or product knowledge, we do have an Ilike educational DVD that you can run in your waiting areas, and also our heritage DVD as well. Complementary products. So making sure that the products could be displayed by regime, by day or night, by hands or feet, by couples or spouse, mother or baby, brand philosophy. So those are some different suggestions of ways that you can display a product on a table or on a shelf by doing different types of categories rather than just by skin condition or by age group. Here's some other examples, and there are many that you can create. So let's talk about some of the verbiage. Choosing words that generate the action that you desire. So we want to choose words that create a positive result. And that would be, of course, strategically downsell to up your sales. We would like, of course, when we're recommending products for someone's home regime, we want them to utilize the products, more than just one product, right? They can benefit from their home regime by using a full but simple regime. And the way that we can do that is by strategically downsell to up the sales. You would start bigger and then go smaller. So for example, with retail sales, you could do that at the time of booking. You can do that at the time of check-in. You can also do it during the treatment. It can happen after the treatment. And it can happen at the time of rebooking when the service is complete. And also in between treatments as well. These are some of the time frames of when you want to remember to recommend. Also at special events. Special events are a great time to start talking to the client and developing these relationships with them, and having more time to do that at special events as well. Because you can create skin consultation area, you can do skin analysis area, you can do little mini treatments at special events, and then start to make your recommendations at that time. So U.S. statistics and research show that when you suggest 5 products, that they will purchase 3. So if we start big with 5 products, so for example, purchasing 3 products, if we suggest 5, boosts the revenue way more than just starting with 1 or 2 products. Because more than likely, if you only suggest 1 or 2 things, they'll only buy 1 or they may not purchase at all. Sell 3 ilike products and achieve retail sales of $162. So it's just giving you an example of the type of revenue that you can bring in. So if you service 10 clients clients in a day at the spa. 4 will, statistically buy, and that can achieve a daily retail sales of $648. That generates a monthly sales of $12,960, and then over time, over the year, annually will generate sales of over $150,000. Now, this is just, of course, suggesting that you would start with a complete simplified regime of 5 products. So, for example, starting with a cleanser, a toner, a moisturizer, and then an exfoliator and a treatment mask. Those are the 5 core products of a weekly regime. Now, if they don't purchase all 5, they may purchase the core 3 products, would be the daily regime of cleansing, toning, and hydrating. Now, if we can get them to start with that, we're at least starting a positive transition into better achieving your skincare goals with that client. Because as we know as skincare professionals, it's not just about the facial that they come in once a month. It's all about being able to take care of their skin at home, and the products that you use support the treatments that they're going through on a, when they come in every month. On a daily basis, they need the nutrients to keep that going. So it's important that they utilize the products that you recommend. Conversation techniques that can result in sales. Ask and listen. So ask the right questions, starting with, some of their reasons why they're in the spa, asking them what their major concerns are. And by finding that out and actually listening and then making recommendations based on what they told you, not what you told them, makes a huge difference because you're addressing what they told you their concerns were. That means you listen to them. Educate and recommend. And then make your recommendations based on what they have told you, and then educate them on why it's important so they understand and they're involved in the process. And then also be complimentary. Complimenting and making them feel good about themselves is very helpful in their journey because that's what they're trying to achieve is improvement. And so when you compliment them, it can make them feel very good about themselves instead of, feeling already like they're not they're not very pretty when they come in because, they want you to address a certain concern that they're having an issue with. Motivate. So always utilizing some of the motivators that we were talking about earlier, the right types of displays, the right type of communication between you and the client. And then follow up. Follow up with them after service and after purchasing products, finding out how they enjoyed their service and how they're enjoying their products, and then always inviting them back, giving them another reason to come in. So we're going to go through some do's and don'ts about some of the verbiage that we might utilize when we're either booking the client during the service and also after the service as well. So at booking, don't at any time say that we are completely open. You want to create the perception that you are full, that you are busy, and that you're in demand. So that could be the number one mistake to say to a client when booking is, oh, you choose the time, we're completely open. Do create the perception of demand. Create the perception that, we are busy, and that you have openings, but here is what we have available for you, and recommend a day and a time for them. And if they can't make it, recommend another one. Do always begin with your signature treatment, the longest, most expensive, and the most effective treatment that you offer. Because when you start with the most expensive, the most effective treatment, you're letting them know that this is the most important one that you would recommend. But here are your other options, and you're going to create value to that most expensive, longest treatment by educating them on all the benefits of why they should start with this treatment because it is the most effective and will be the most effective to address their concerns. You offer an additional service that complements the others. So when your client is signed up for a service and you're doing that particular service, always recommend another service that complements that particular service you're doing or addresses another concern that they mentioned they want to achieve. So it's important to do this not only because you want to be able to give them an effective treatment and do an overall treatment 100% rather than just only focusing on one thing. Recommend the coordinating home care products that support the services that are being booked. So recommend your home care supports the services. So, like I was mentioning before, you can't achieve your skincare goals by only just coming in for your facial. You have to be able to utilize skincare products to feed the skin on a daily basis with the nutrients that are appropriate to address the concerns of that client, and then educate them on why, and so that they understand and what, tell them why they're using it and what the benefits are. Let them know what they're going to expect as well. And if there's a new client, ask them to bring in their current home care products for review. Go over the products that they're currently using so you can make recommendations based on what they're using, whether it's right or wrong. But also, too, that way you get a little bit of a history of why their skin is in the condition that it is in. And half the time, when you ask the client what they're using at home, half the clients don't even remember what the product is. So having them bring it in is much easier to go through and review that with them. So at the time of check-in, don't give instructions that don't allow room for exploration. So make sure that when you check them in, that you give them instructions that say, by the way, make yourself at home. Did you notice? Look and see what we have here. And then give them a tour. Show them around so they know where to go. Encourage browsing and testing prior to receiving the treatment. So encourage them to go to those sample tables. Encourage them to look around and make them feel at home. Hand out the ilike product catalog or other info while waiting. So if they're waiting for the treatment, maybe the technician is running behind, or if they came early, you can hand them some ilike literature to read over while they're waiting for their service. So they can learn about the service that they're about to get, and they can also shop the catalog. Process when in Rome syndrome, offer another service maybe. The complimentary service to the service that they're having. Why not, since you're here? Offer a complimentary mini service while the client is waiting with a feature product of the month, for example. It could be a hand massage. It could be, just a little sampling of the product and apply it to them. This is always great to do because it kills time and it introduces the product as well. Mention that the spa carries coordinating home care products that support the services that are being booked, and the therapist will be able to help with the recommendation. So at the time of check-in, the spa coordinator or the concierge will be able to mention those products are carried here at the spa. So that way you're able to take them home and support the service. And the therapist will be able to make specific recommendations tailored to your skin type and conditions and to your concerns. So let them know that this is going to be a part of their service. So when they come in, they're already expecting it. So there's no surprises, and they already know what's going to happen. During your treatment, don't just explain what you do and which products you use. There's more to it than that. Do educate on why the ingredients do what they do and what to expect as far as the results. And also let them know what they're going to experience as far as any stimulation as well. Do say at home, you will use this product in the morning or in the evening or after cleansing. So, for example, you're going to let them know as you're applying it when to use it and after what steps. So involving them in the service. Have conversation about current home regimes. So talk to them about what they're using, and then talk to them about the proper home regime that you would recommend, so that way you can achieve the results that you're going for. Refer to other clients' great results. So use some examples and testimonials of some wonderful positive experiences that your other clients have had with this maybe similar service or similar products that you may be talking about, because it creates a little bit of excitement and also validates your recommendations. Do explain how often to return for the services and why for the future services. So you need to educate them and explain the benefit of coming back for the services, and then explain the frequency of how often they need to come back. And then rebook them for those services, as many as you can that same day. And I always tell the client, don't worry, if you're pre-booking, it's okay. You can always call and reschedule the appointment. There's nothing locking them into that appointment, but what that does is it encourages them to think about, this is important to me. Maybe I should get myself on the books for this, and there's no penalty for changing the appointment. So after the treatment, don't just name the products you used or recommend for home care. There's more to it than that. Do educate them on why they need those products and then how to use them. So you want to let them know and remind them when they're going to use them, how they're going to use them, so that way when they get home, there aren't any surprises and they feel like they know what to do. So they actually open them and actually use them so they don't just sit there. Recommend a full but simple regime. So talk to them about the daily 3-step regime and the 5-step weekly regime. Start with the 5-step because they may go with all the 5 steps, but maybe they're not ready for the 5 steps. Then the 3 steps is the next best thing and the second most important. Use the dentist example. So, you won't go to the doctor or the dentist. I mean, people take them much more serious, I think, than their salon or spa service providers. But if you think about it, the skin is the largest organ on your body. So why wouldn't we take care of our skin the same way that we take care of our teeth and our internal organs as well? So at home, or when we go into the doctor or the dentist, we tell them what's going on. They give us their recommendations, and they send us home with a prescription. Or they tell us this is what you need to do in order to achieve these results. Most of us, or most like 100% of us, will listen to what the dentist and the doctor tell us to do, and we'll go fill that prescription, no questions asked. So it's the same thing with our skin. And wouldn't you protect the largest organ on your body the same way that you would your teeth or your internal organs? So that's kind of a really nice analogy too when you get somebody that kind of doesn't understand why it is important. Use the ilike Skin Regime Guide and leave your recommendations with the front desk for checkout. So overview the Skin Regime Guide with the client. And if they're going on to other services, you can leave it at the service desk. So at the time of checkout, they're handed their Skin Regime Guide, and the front desk service provider will be able to recommend those products and have them waiting for them at checkout. So at the rebooking, don't just check out if they don't purchase. Do talk to them, ask and comment about their experience, find out what their feedback is about their service. And then also comment about their experience. Let them know how fabulous they look. Do ask about current home care and recommend a regime. So again, another time to recommend. Also refer to personal experience. So the front desk client could say, oh, I've had that facial before, and I've had this one. You should try this. And let them know what their positive experiences were about that service and create excitement for the next visit. If they don't rebook, offer an ilike gift certificate with a discount or a dollar value. You can actually offer and utilize our ilike gift certificates as part of our marketing materials that can be earned through marketing credit when you purchase retail. The gift certificate can be used for a number of reasons, of course, for selling the gift certificate, a dollar value, but you can offer them as an opportunity to reward them for rebooking and let them know that this is an offer to you and a thank you for rebooking. Offer to sign up for a loyalty program. If you create a loyalty program within your business, this creates a loyalty to your brand or to your location. So everybody has loyalty programs now. They have them at the gas station, the grocery store, everywhere you go. There's a loyalty program. It doesn't cost anything to join the loyalty program. It's completely free, but it creates a reward to your client for coming to you and only you. So if you offer points or discounts for products or services when they rebook, and it's a part of a loyalty program, you're gaining so much more back from them, and they too from you. Offer to sign up for a referral program. So if they refer, for example, friends and family to the spa or to a specific service provider, you can reward them, say, with example, points towards the loyalty program or even just discount on service or products. Between treatments, don't just give one courtesy call to ask how the skin feels after the treatment. You want to give a call in a couple of weeks to ask how the products work for the skin and recommend a follow-up treatment. Remind them about the frequency of when to come back in. Now, if you check in with them to see how their skin is now after a couple of weeks, there may be a reason for them to come in right away. Maybe they say, you know what, it was great, but now all of a sudden this is happening to me. So you would say, oh, this is a service that I can provide for you that will address that. So why don't you come on in tomorrow or next week? Let's get you down on the books. So make sure you follow up, see how they're doing, see where they're at. If they haven't come back for a treatment, give them a call in a couple months to ask how the products worked. Use this opportunity to mention specials or upcoming events or holiday promotions and things like that. Like, don't miss out. This is giving them some information on exciting things that are happening. So at special events, don't just leave a blank sign-up list or order form at the front desk. Create a perception of demand. Use phantom guests on the list. Charge a reservation event fee to be used towards products or services. So don't make it completely free, but you wouldn't, of course, charge them and give nothing back. You would say, this is an event that we appreciate a donation towards the event, but you can get your money, you can get your dollars back in services or products. So create a motivator, a reason for being able to provide money for the event and give them a reward for it. And also, it will introduce, of course, the services and the products that you have in the stock. Use ilike gift certificates for this. That's another recommendation as far as what we have that you can utilize. Use retail incentives for the staff during the special event, like contests and bonuses for achieving retail goals that are associated with that event. Make sure that when you have the event, you can create a retail goal, and then create a contest or incentives to motivate the team to really go for it during that event. So what holds you back? They may say no, but that's okay. If they say no, that doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. All that means is that they're just not ready right now. But you being there for them would be the one to say, you know what, that's okay. We understand, and then move on, and then talk about other things maybe. Move on to the next thing. They get mad. Why? You're just trying to help. And I don't think anybody gets mad for anyone making suggestions or trying to show them something. They will not come back. Did you offend them? Can they replace your knowledge, your hands, your techniques, and equipment? Some people have a little bit of reservations, and these are some of those things that may hold you back from making those recommendations or talking to them about products that can help them. Some people think, well, if I offend them, they're not going to come back. But the thing about it is it's not offensive to help somebody because they came and walked through your door for a reason. They're looking for answers, and you're the person to give it to them. And also, what your knowledge and what you can do with your hands and your equipment can never replace even the products that you're sending them home with. I will suggest the wrong thing. Did you know your products? Do you know the features and benefits of the product? Do you use the product during the treatment? So making sure that you have a thorough understanding of the product, utilizing ilike trainings and webinars and all of our educational options as ways to train your staff and also to train yourself. Making sure that you're well versed and knowledgeable on the ingredients and the effects and the features and benefits. And also use the products that you recommend in your treatment. Because again, people buy by testing and experiencing. So verbiage when challenged. Remain as positive as possible when challenged. Using verbiage like, the good news is, that this product is more effective when you use it this way, or it builds, over time. The good news is that you will see benefits, in this, specific time frame. Just an example, multi-purpose function. If you're challenged with something negative, just say, these are some suggestions that you can bounce back with. So talking a little bit about their multi-purpose function. ilike products across the board can cross over from head to toe. And when you let them know what these products can do, you will actually create more value to the product. And it also creates excitement because they didn't know that. They were like, they're probably like, thanks for telling me that because I didn't know that. Okay, well, then that makes more sense. Also talking about the product, that it's concentrated. It's herbal pulp, no processed extract. And talking about the positives of that and the effects and the reasons why. Their nutrient content is not tainted. It's definitely much higher. And of course, talking about our organic formulations. They're eco-friendly. They're certified. They're handmade. Less packaging, etc. So there's lots of value to our product because of its distribution processes, the company that it comes from, and the heritage of ilike. Added value, provide more than what they paid for. Because of their concentration, because of the herbal pulp, there is way more added value because of the multi-purpose surface functionality of the products as well. They're getting way more for their money versus another type of product. And also remain the source for problem solving. Have the best product and ingredient knowledge. Again, utilizing all the training options that SafetyLab provides for you. Be confident in your skills. When you're talking, make sure that you utilize confidence in your voice. Also look them in the eye. And then also, by you educating them and telling them and being verbal during the service, before, during, and after, it shows confidence that you know what you're doing. And show interest in them. When you ask questions, that's showing interest and also listening. And then, of course, be approachable. Always let them know that you are there for them. And let them know that if they have any questions or need anything, to always come and ask. And never to feel like they're bothering you or feel like they're interrupting. And then always work as a team within the staff, within the spa. Everybody working as a team to help everybody out. If someone's running behind, help them reset up for their next appointment. You're catering to your clients, not just one person. When you everybody caters to the clients, not just one part of the one person from the team does. If they're coming in for a facial, it's not just her client; it's the whole spa's client. Soft selling opportunities and techniques. So soft selling equals selling without feeling or sounding like a salesman. In the beginning here, we're talking about sales, we're talking about buying, we're talking about purchasing and all that. So it really kind of sounds like we're driving you to be salespeople. That's not what we're here to do today. We're really wanting you to begin helping. It's not about selling. It's all about helping the client. So we're helping them find solutions to their concerns that they want to address. But they came in, the reason why they walked in the door. They have an issue they would like resolved, and they need you to help them. So that's what we're going to do. So some of the things that, another thing that happens to us when we're challenged is we start thinking about, I'm not good at sales. But you need the product to treat your clients, right? So you need the product to treat your clients in the service. But your clients have already purchased the products when you've used them in the service. So why don't they need them at home? They're actually paying you to use these products on their skin in the service. So why can't they use them at home? And why shouldn't they? So that's where the education and the recommendations come in. Sales is a part of a job well done. It's not really an option. And again, it's not about sales. It's more about the helping. It's rather helping as a part of a job well done. But sales, of course, is the end-all terminology of that. We are, of course, in business to make money. That's what we need to do, but we are really there also to help these clients. So some of the things, too, that also can help with some challenges when you're talking to your clients and talking about competitors out there in the industry and challenged maybe with, the cost of our goods. Well, if you have information about products out there in your area where you can compare some of these prices and show that ilike actually comes out either sometimes equal or cheaper. So if you're ever challenged by price or someone has sticker shock about something, which can happen because we are an organic product, because as soon as somebody sees organic and they look at a price tag, oh, it's expensive because it's organic. Well, I tend to think that that's not always true. It depends on where you're shopping. So if you take a look, we've created a chart that shows some of the products that are some of the most popular products out of the market, and some of the most popular stores for buying these goods. And it compares ilike products by ounces. What's the cost per ounce, and comparing those brands to ilike. And you can see that almost all of these either come in less or equal. So, and if you're looking at Dr. Hauschka products, things that you can buy at Whole Foods, Sephora products, and also Macy's products. So you can do your own competitive comparison shopping as well and create a list for your own. But this is something that you can utilize as well. So you can do either one. So where and how can you soft sell? So where and how would you do it? So in the hair department, accompanied by, say, for example, an ilike gift certificate that you could possibly give to someone getting their hair done in a salon. Why don't you take an ilike gift certificate with a small dollar amount to use towards a facial? You can also apply stone crop toner on the client at the shampoo bowl. So you're introducing a product during the hair service. A hand massage with rose petal body lotion during color setting, for example. Cool mint lip balm application during a haircut. An eye treatment with magnetic skin therapy. Also, Dead Sea salts during a foot soak. Those are Puree bath salts that we have as part of our sister brand, Puree Spa Organic. Um, this is another complementary product to ilike organic skincare, but it's something that you can introduce in another service. All these things will help open the door to some of these ilike product sales. So in your nail department, use ilike hands and feet treatment protocols, the organic manicures and pedicures, and then also hand massage listed in marigold rejuvenating treatment. Oops, I'm sorry, let's back up there. Too fast. Need to overview the aesthetic department. Stone crop toner is a linen spray. When they walk in the room, they'll automatically get the aromatherapy of the stone crop toner. Candles and music that are available at retail. So if you have a boutique, utilize your candles and your music and things like that that CDs you might be retailing in the treatment areas. Small retail display that showcases the most current promotion next to the entry of the treatment room. You can have a retail shelf right outside in the hallways of the treatment room area, or you can also do them in the treatment rooms on the wall, say right above where the client lays, right there on the wall, so the client's looking right at the retail shelf that's displayed in the room. Separating post-treatment protocols such as flawless finish with an herbal clay spot treatment or protection phase with tomato suntan gel. So these would be post-treatments that would be touch-ups after their service. So say, for example, they had a deep cleansing facial. And sometimes deep cleansing facials, there's a lot of extractions that are done. Well, in order to help to reduce some inflammation or even out the color tone after extraction, you can offer an application of herbal spot treatment, but it would be a separate service that you could add on to the treatment. In the massage department, stone crop toner is aromatherapy linen spray again. Another example, candles and music, retail display, same as the aesthetic department, and also separating post-treatment protocols. The locker and changing room facilities. So if you have a changing room area, use retail testers as amenities for sure, because when they're testing out the ilike products, utilizing them, of course, while they're changing and getting ready. And then when they walk out to check out, you have that product available. Make sure that it's in stock, because if it's not in stock and they've tried it in the treatment area or the locker facilities, they're going to be looking for it, and if you don't have it on hand, that's going to be a little bit embarrassing. So make sure that you have the stock available. And point of sale on the doors. So, for example, you could have marketing on the doors when you walk in as well. Collateral at the desks and also at the tables. So make sure that you have signage everywhere and anywhere and everywhere. Soft sell rewards. So these are some of the things that you can benefit from by utilizing some of these soft selling techniques. What it does is it enhances increased client satisfaction. It even exceeds their expectations. So when we go over above and beyond their expectations, that creates loyalty and it also creates trust as well. Value-added perception. They're getting more than what they paid for. And when you create that added value perception, that also creates loyalty. They're always going to want to come back, and then they're going to also talk about it and tell other people. Increased product line exposure to the client. So you've shown them more than just, say they came in for a hair and nail service. You showed them more than just their products that they would go home with, for example, to support the hairstyle that they just received. You introduced a skincare product to them and maybe even use the ilike gift certificate to expose the other services and products. The opportunity for staff to increase their earnings as well, because you were able to open the door for the other staff members and team members, for that client to go and get services or products from other staff members. Home care protocols that generate repeat retail sales. These, of course, are going to create loyalty to the brand or the product. In the beginning, when we were talking about client categorization, we The first two categories, the bookworm and also the shopper that just keeps to themselves, are very loyal to their brand and their products. So, of course, this will generate more repeat business, especially in those client categories. Increased retail revenue. And of course, again, we were saying in the beginning, there's not much overhead with selling retail products overall, but by cross-selling and soft selling, you will see a much higher increase in retail revenue, opening the door. All right. So cross-selling opportunities and techniques. So this is another example. And soft selling is very similar to cross-selling, but cross-selling is the action of actually crossing the services and products over into the other departments. So, for example, like at the salon, the nail stations, the massage department, retail outlets, and front desk are some examples of where you can cross-sell. So where and how can you cross-sell? In the salon, offering blow-dry services, post-aesthetic and body treatments, for example. The nail department, you can offer a mini ilike eye treatment. In the massage department, offer mini services on the face during a body treatment detox period, for example. Downtime when they're wrapped up on the table for 20 minutes. Most people opt for a scalp massage, but why not do a treatment that introduces a product, like an eye or a lip treatment? The front desk may introduce clients to new products and services and team members by offering an introductory price or promotion as well. So, for example, if they came in and they booked a facial, why not introduce the team member and offer, say, a massage therapist, introduce them to a new massage therapist, and offer them to have their first massage at an introductory price or offer them a promotional price. Create bounce backs to garner attention and generate sales. For awareness, that way you're creating the perception to come back again. So provide discounts only that encourage sales. For example, give with an option to come back. So you could provide, say, a 10% off coupon. They love the travel set that they purchased, and they want more. So why not offer, with the purchase of a travel set, a 10% off coupon that we do provide as part of our marketing materials, a 10% off ilike coupon for a future ilike product purchase. So the reason to come back into the spa for another product. So let's talk about goals and incentives. Goals and incentives. So we're talking about creating incentives and setting goals and then creating the incentives to achieve those goals. So measure success by utilizing your goals. Set individual goals. Set, for each service team member. Also set group goals as far as like the whole spa or salon itself, or by departments like massage department, facial department, nail department. Create your goals by measuring at, utilizing your service dollars to sales percentages. So tracking this way is a little bit more accurate and a little bit more fair to team members on different schedules. Minimums to qualify. So you have to hit a certain target, a certain minimum, in order to qualify for a reward. Utilizing a tracking system. Make sure that you utilize a tracking system so you're able to accurately and consistently track these numbers for your teams, so that way you were able to utilize the tracking system as a motivator. Here's where you were this month. This is where we need you to be next month. And so that way they're on track. You're on track and they are as well. Do not forget to consider the hours in a day that's worked, the number of days in a week, the number of treatment rooms, and then treatments per hour. Those are some of the factors to consider when tracking. Celebrate the success by using incentives for your team members. Utilize prizes predetermined by each participant, what the prize may be and what's the reward, of course within guidelines. And so like creating the personal goals and also minimums to get that prize. Utilizing money as prize, increased commissions, products and services can be a reward. Also recognition is very, very important because it rewards them. Recognition is a reward because you're showcasing the person that made their goal. It makes them feel good about themselves. It makes them want to do it again. So utilize like a brag board, something that you can communication areas where everybody can see it. Relish emails and awards. So kind of, blasting everybody within the spa on email, letting them know this is the contest that we just came out of, this is who won, and this is the award that they received, and do it through email blast. Thank you letters to the employees and or family members as well, especially if they're close family members that are close to the team members in the spa. Sometimes nice because the recognition brags it to their family for them. Okay. Of course, the reward and the incentives go together. Rewards or recognition and incentives go together with the rewards. Incentives to promote retail sales. You could utilize coupons or discounts that can be applied towards the future purpose. Bounce back. That's what we were talking about just a moment ago. Utilizing drawings or giveaways, maybe on a monthly basis or even through events, especially during events and also, during certain holidays and especially the giveaways should be a product that introduces your products that you sell in your retail area. Email to customers promoting specific products or discounts, utilizing regular constant contact email blasts that let them know about special promotions or discounts that are happening within your spa. Free gift with purchase, for example, ilike promotional gift sets, free samples with purchase. We run these types of promotions continuously throughout the year, sometimes almost monthly. So taking advantage of some of those opportunities that ilike and CPLET provide for you to help boost your retail sales, is really important to take advantage of these promotions and these retail sets and gift with purchases, because it rewards your clients and then also introduces new products. Offer free product samples with a treatment or a service. So, for example, and you can promote that as well. You promote in your website or emails that when you sign up for this particular service, you will receive a free sample with that service. And then, of course, make sure you always do the follow-up. Create loyalty programs that incentivize repeat business and repeat purchases. So we were talking about that earlier in creating a loyalty program and rewarding them with points or discounts on future products and services. And it's a continuous 360-degree cycle that keeps them coming back again for products and services, and also rewards them. And that's why, because they get a reward. Retail area open house or social events. So creating maybe an annual open house or a holiday open house, creating a social event, inviting people in to experience your products and your services, but offer something back for it, of course. And then social media contests. Everybody is taking advantage of advertising on social media. And if you don't, you're missing out on a huge market of people that utilize social networks to shop. If you create a contest on your social media, like if you like our page, you'll receive a sample of such and such, or you can do contests for anything on social media. You can create any type of a little buzzworthy contest that people can take advantage of and win something, and then of course create the contest around coming in and visiting to receive their reward. Vendor representative at the spot to promote specific product or brand. So utilizing your local sales representatives and also the marketing support that CPLET will provide to support your event. So if there's a specific, even if it's not an event, you could create an event around a visit from one of the sales representatives. But if you do have an event going on, we provide marketing support materials for that event for you. And remember to take advantage of those things, because it's there to help boost the sales during that event for you. And you can talk with your sales manager to be able to set that up and get that organized. Provide testers on retail displays, of course. So providing those testers on retail displays invites people to experience. And remember what we said earlier about how people buy. They buy through testing and experiencing. And if you don't provide those, that could be a downfall. And we do provide testers. We have a tester program where you can earn free testers, and you can also purchase discount testers as well. All you have to do is just inquire with your sales representative on how to take advantage of purchasing those testers and or getting the free testers. So a 2014 business calendar. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Some of the things to include in your outline and specific categories, things to consider would be property-specific celebration. So wherever your location may be, maybe their property or the area has annual celebrations that the businesses are involved in. Make sure that you're involved in that as well. Region-specific celebrations. Maybe it's something to do with the, the neighborhood, even the residential areas. Be a part of that. Seasonal. Make sure that you include in your calendar seasonal promotions and events that you might create at the different times of the season throughout the year. And holiday promotions. Make sure that you plan which holidays that you're going to run promotions and market services for specific holidays. And then also world events. You could also create different things that may happen in the world and create a promotional theme around that as well. So promotions from ilike and other vendors, expectations to assure mutual success. So, when you utilize our promotion, it is, again, of course, mutual success. We are utilizing, taking advantage of the promotions that we offer are helping to boost your business and help to boost your sales. And of course, it's mutual. New product launches, taking advantage of the new product because you're creating excitement and something new that you can display or talk about or offer. GWP promotions from ilike. Again, rewarding your client for their purchases. And also seasonal protocols, taking advantage of seasonal protocols that tie into those seasonal promotions. So those are some of the things that an overview of what you can create in your outline and calendar to consider for your plans throughout the year and what your goals might be. And then, of course, what are the support materials that you'll utilize? And we offer a plethora of those. All right. How to work the plan. So make sure that you implement a training calendar throughout the year. Setting up training with Stipulate and ilike, whether it's an in-person training or utilizing our training options like webinars, treatment manuals, Skype trainings that we offer for new hires, also anybody that just needs a refresher or review. And also when we're coming out with new products, you will want to make sure that you are scheduling in training. And that would be something that you want to include on your calendar, a training calendar. Merchandising and display. Making sure that you have the tools, utilizing the tools that we provide for you and having them on hand and requesting them and making sure you know what we have available. And you can work that can be worked out with your sales representative. Soft sell opportunities as well, making sure you utilize the techniques that we were talking about earlier within that plan, especially within the events and also within your different departments. Of course, the cross-selling opportunities as well. Those are the techniques that can help you work your goal plan. And then also creating the special events will also be a tool as well. Goals and incentives, we were just talking about types or goals that having a goal, having a plan, and then creating the incentives. Those will definitely be something you want to implement in order to achieve in order to make sure that within that calendar, you can utilize goals and incentives as a way to achieve what you're working for. So individual, group, which means that individual service team member by department or maybe by whole team. Also advertising, PR outreach, and some of the things that Stipulate as your partner does and that you can take advantage of, especially with the PR that we do, and what we provide. Of course, we have as our trade show booth and some of the ad slips and POS materials that we utilize in our advertising. We also advertise in trade magazines and also end user magazines as well. But these are the ad slips and POS materials that will be very helpful in getting you started with those promotions. Also, these are some of the trade magazines and events, or I'm sorry, end user magazines and events that we've taken place in, also products in the Grammys and at the Emmys and the gift bags of celebrity usage. So we work with a PR company that helps us get our brand out there and our name out there and gets people starting to use it. So promotions and new product launches are happening all the time throughout the year. Like Valentine's Day, for example, his and hers. Um, we pretty much have a promotion for every holiday. We also have new product launches throughout the year. The latest in 2013 were the Great Stem Cell Solutions in May, the Apricot Mask in June, and also the Sour Cherries boosted with Blackthorn Berries in October. So here's some of the marketing material that's new and also the new product packaging. So every year throughout the year, we will have promotions and new products that will help to support your retail business. And of course, taking advantage of these tools will really help to boost your revenue in your retail department. And that's what they're there for. So thank you so much today for your attention. I hope the topics that we talked about today were helpful and you will be able to utilize some of the techniques that we were talking about. This is a recorded webinar, so you're able to view this at a later date if you wish, and also share it with your other team members. And if you have any questions, please feel free to call our customer service at 888-290-6238, or you can always email customer service at sapelet.com. Again, I thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you and hope to see you on another ilike webinar very soon.